So Tim, 3 points. You're a reasonable person. You give everything a chance. I saw your review of that Keep on the Borderlands reprint bullshit
And I
box set.
tried to give it. I gave it
You
the.
did.
I
You tried hard. I was
Yeah,
like, wow, he's being so nice, and I'm like, this is shit. And you
and
tried
then
hard. So if you had to give him 3 points, what would you tell them?
for which point? What are
Just
you
how
talking
to
about?
make their shit better.
Oh, good God, where do I start at?
3 points,
First of
broad
all,
strokes.
okay, I guess the first thing I would do is don't do these book adventures. I mean, I'm not going to, don't put out a 200-page adventure.
Yep.
That's get rid of that model. Figure out, I mean, they're going to go fucking digital anyways, it sounds like. And,
Yeah.
so start putting out smaller, more digestible adventures. And then also get rid of, I mean, anytime you, if you want to put in a perception role, I would, if I had these writers writers underneath me, I said, before you ever put a perception role in, ask yourself like 3 questions before you decide, is this role necessary? Is this
Hmm.
role necessary by the party? And then take it out. That would be my question.
Okay.
Take it out kind of thing. Just be very minimal with that kind
Okay.
of thing. I guess the other thing of it is don't be afraid to address um, uh, topics that are not, what do you call it, convenient, or that might be troublesome to you.
So you're saying
You
keep
know,
slavery in Dark Sun.
I'm saying if it's appropriate for the setting,
Yes.
absolutely. If
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
appropriate for the setting, and like Paul was saying, I mean, okay, so I mean, some of the dipshits out there don't know, and I'm calling you guys dipshits because of because you weren't living back then. Because we, Paul and Joe can attest to, back when 1E was going down, you guys have all heard about the Satanic Panic, and they had a
Mhm.
lot of things thinking we were doing like some devil thing or worshiping thing, and we had
Well,
the
you
books
weren't.
with
I
the
was. I
devils
don't know
and
about
things.
you. I was.
But I mean, most of the time, that's what we were trying to beat up. That was our goal, to kind of like be the good guys, be the
Yeah.
heroes,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And then 2E thought they were doing everybody a favor and taking them all out. That's why I never. That's one of the reasons why I left Dungeons and Dragons back in the day, because they were getting all Puritan on me, and I'm like, oh fuck you, you know. So that would be another thing. Don't be afraid of hard topics. It's okay. It's a game. If you read a book, a lot of all that stuff's going to be in there.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of it. And then the third thing I guess I would say is take writing courses. Learn how to write. Learn
Yeah.
how to fucking write. No, I'm
Yeah.
serious. I mean, because
No, I get it.
a lot of these folks that I'm seeing, they don't understand how to write,
Yeah.
and they don't know how to do the adventure writing. Because I'm reading. I'm not saying I'm an expert at anything for that kind of stuff, but I've been around long enough to know when I'm reading something where the
That's pure
person's
shit.
still. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Or they're, but like, what was that? I forgot the one book where they did, and I thought it was a fantastic idea, where they had people from different ethnicities or cultures write an adventure
Yes.
based off their culture. I thought
Yes.
that's fantastic. I thought
Yes.
that would have been was a great idea, because that's one of the things that D&D lacks, is going beyond like just a Western
Western
European type
Europe.
of style.
Yeah.
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 And I thought, oh, this is, that's great. And then I went down to Barnes and Nobles. Oh, cool, they got the book. I had every intention of buying that one because I wanted to go home. Then I started reading
You fool. They should have
it.
shrink wrapped it. Would have had better sales.
And I'm, yeah, pretty much. And as much, they had nice little stories in there. They did not have
Yep.
adventures.
Yep. Yep. Yep, that's
So
what it was, Tim. And these people, I think it came out that a lot of them never actually played D&D. They use it as a vehicle to tell a
when you
short
wait,
story.
back up. What do you mean by these people before you start just
People who
throwing
wrote
that
the
term out?
stories in that book,
The ones who
you know?
wrote the stories, the authors.
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
don't you
yeah.
say
The
that?
one
The
that,
authors.
yeah, these people, the authors. So yeah, they wrote short. They effectively wrote short stories and put it in an adventure format, but they had never really
Right.
played D&D. A bunch of them,
But yeah, but if I was like, say I was there with them, I would
Yeah.
probably have gone with them and said, hey, this is great. We can use this, but we need to make this into an adventure now. Let's see what kind of kind of tension, some enemies, or at least some barriers or objects. Who is this? Because I don't know if you guys ever took some writing classes. There was always like, man versus man versus the environment. What kind of what is going to be your antagonist in this adventure, kind of thing. And try to use terms that would maybe make more sense to them, but get them to start developing the adventure writing. Because it's, while you can write a great story, doesn't mean you can write a good adventure. Those are two very different things. So
true, yeah, because is there an ample amount of tension?
Yeah,
that is built in,
and interest.
Right? Yeah,
because unfortunately, those ones where I thought the authors actually did a decent job. Some of them, but most of them did a good job at like, what do you want to do? Doing capturing, like maybe the feel of the culture that they were writing about and whatnot, which I appreciate. But I went there for the adventures within the culture.
Exactly.
And there was none of that. I didn't find any of that in there. So, and I think in a lot of these long adventures that are over my shoulder back there, that's what they let be. And I think it's the format they use. I think it's a failed format because it just demands people to write in a certain way that is not conducive to a good adventure.
It's conducive to a railroad, which goes back to a long-standing complaint that I have, is that they're not training DMs anymore at anything. I've done multiple videos on this. They're not training DMs to be DMs. They're training them to run a railroad, right? Yeah. And they've given up on the game store, in-game store, like what is that fucking thing they used to call the RPG?
Adventure League?
Yeah, that thing. Yeah. They've given up on that, and so they're not giving them any guidelines. They've given up on game stores. I mean,
why did they give up on that? Because I thought that was a great idea.
Here's the thing, Tim. I actually, believe it or not, I watched that. I linked it into the chat the other night, the Matt Mercer video. I think me and Greg were talking about it late last night. I watched Matt Mercer put out. Yeah, Mercer, MCDM. He put out this video. It was like 50 minutes long of him walking and talking.
That's Matt
Colville. My bad. Matt Colville. Yeah. The Matt stuff. 50 minutes long of him walking and talking on a trail, huffing and puffing, right? Kudos to him, by the way. He lost a shit ton of weight and just ran a 5K. So fucking bravo from a fat fuck. Bravo, dude. You did it. But in any case, he's seriously, man. I am envious. Never want the weight back. I got it. So anyway, he's walking and talking, and he's talking about what they learned, because I didn't know this. He worked for Wizards back in the early 2000s, right? I did not know that. Right. And so he was talking about how they did surveys, and he talked about some of the shit in the surveys that came out. And he says people who go, like D&D geeks, go to a game store, right? What you got in a game store, there's two things that make money. You got the Warhammer shit, and you got the card game shit. And then there's then other stuff, right? And D&D falls in the other stuff category. And he says what they reported back in game stores is that, you're going to go run a game at the game store. Nobody buys anything. Like, they'll share one player's handbook. They won't buy dice. They won't buy minis. D&D players are the cheapest motherfuckers in the world. And so the game stores aren't making money off of us. When I used to run a game at a game store pre-COVID, my group always came in and bought something. The game store guy gave me a free Coke and a Kit Kat or something. I always got 2 free things, and I was like, all right, I'm cool with that. But these guys always bought a miniature, a pack of minis. It was like, 2017, 2018 was the heyday when D&D was really popping, So I learned what Critical Role what the fuck was. But there were an outlier, apparently. Everybody else was there playing Magic the Gathering, and the other tables that were playing like Pathfinder, another D&D game, they never bought shit. And so game stores don't like D&D players because they don't make money off us, right? But there's just got to be a way to monetize that.
No, they're Warhammer stores and Magic stores. Those are the two things that make stores money for them to be able to stay open. So, and that's why I quit going to my game store. I mean, it's not, they sell some RPG products
in the corner on the bottom.
No, they're I will say this, they are well stocked. They have some interesting things in there, stuff that you don't normally can find. Plus they have your traditional stuff, but it's not, I would not say it's RPG forward, right? And that's fine. That's the math. That's how they, they're not gonna, they have a room in the back that they, they'll rent, for like whatever, it's $5 a head or whatever it is. And you sit there for a couple hours, do whatever. I don't know. That's the business model though. And that's been the model.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, it's just returning us back to the roots. Cause I remember back when I first started doing, I was in an airplane and train model place, buying D&D the bottom shelf. In between the different. So it's like, kind of feels like going back to that. So because anymore with the online presence, I mean, most people I think these days buy stuff online anyhow, or do Kickstarter stuff.
But there's impulse buys, dude. I mean, you see an awesome miniature, you pick it up because fuck yeah, right? There's the game store near me, the one we went to, Tim. Now they have like this what do you call it? The printing where you print plastic shit. What is that called?
3D printing.
3D printing, yeah. You could like take your design there, and they have a printer there, and you can print up whatever the fuck you want. You plug it in. That's a great idea. You know what I mean? That's a brilliant idea. Every time I go there, they used to have like people would print this up and bring it, and they set it on the shelf, and they do like an assignment thing. I buy a bunch of them. It was a great thing, But it's not a D&D thing. Paul, what are your three, Paul? What are your three tips? How does Wizards of the Coast save D&D or make it better? Good way to end it. Good way to end it, I figure, right?
I would just say, listen, what Dan Ayub said, right? It's back to the players at the table.
Yeah.
The first thing is you got to listen to the players. You got to listen to what is wanted, and they'll say this. They don't know what they want until we give it to them, huh?
The players or the DMs?
Well, the DMs. I mean, that's the products they're buying them. I mean, those are the people.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, listen to players or the DMs. Who buys your shits? DMs, right?
Right. And the question is, how many of those people in that arena that they spoke in are DMs? How many of them are excited that these products are coming out that they want to run? So always listen to your DMs. Right. Do better on your artwork. Right. If you're wanting to sell this thing, and you want to keep it. Like he says, right? I mean, they all, talk about old school and all this, well, good. Bring back some of that art. Right? Let's not make it weird. Okay. Let's make it, if you want to put it back in that, let's do that. Right. So fix the artwork. Listen to your DMs, listen to the people about the artwork. And I think I would just agree with Tim. I said, look, write these adventures. Don't write these 200-page things. Listen, for all that it's worth. I mean, look, I'm still interested in these.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I'm interested in 32 pages. Mm-hmm. That's a 32-page adventure. I don't need a 200-page book. Make it easier for DMs to DM your product. Keep it short. Keep the rules to where where you're going to be ease of use to them, and how to build, how to do the things at your table you're supposed to do. Even in this book, they give you some very good DM advice, about your table, about how rules or
Is that
things
B1,
like that.
Paul?
This is B1. Right, they're giving good advice, and they're saying, "Hey, this is the thing."
And that was a starter adventure, and that's what its purpose was there for.
Exactly. So
the best advice I ever had was in this one. This is Gary's advice in this one. Great fucking advice. Keep on the Borderlands.
Yeah. So make it easier for your DMs to DM. Let them fall in love with your products because it's great to look at. It's easy to use. And you feel like there's some connection, which I think, like I said, Dan Ayub, for the job he did, I think he did a pretty good job on the presentation part, that he said the things that I feel like he probably needed to say.
Yeah.
And so, for that part there, if they're listening, and I hope they are, that's all you can do. Once again, it's not for us anymore. It's for younger people, younger DMs, 21, 25, 27, 30 years old. Listen, I got it. But just be fair to them. Do those things for those DMs. The same principles apply. Because those 30-year-olds, guess what, are going to be 50-year-olds someday and 55-year-olds. And I have a feeling they're going to complain if they stay that long about whatever it is that comes next. Okay.
Edition 10. Yeah.
This is the rhythm of life. Okay. I'm just saying. So pay attention to the future here. Okay.
Yeah, just so you know, guys, are going to play. This is your future.
all you fuckers, you old grognard, you old son of a bitch, you okay, boomer. Guess what? It's going to be in 20 years. Okay, millennial. So fuck you. All right. Here's my thing. Here's my three. I'll chime in. I think we all agree on the DM thing. I say you need to train DMs. Make that your focus, because if you don't, here's the thing. They know that DMs are the fucking logjam, right? Because if nobody's DMing games, you don't get new players, okay? And their solution was to drop $300 gazillion into AI DMing on their stupid VTT. That shit to bed. So that didn't work. So then what's the other alternative? You still
I don't think it's gone though.
It's I don't know who the fuck knows, but they still need DMs, right? Train DMs, bring back the in-store DM thing, bring some sort of DM training program, get them off the fucking training wheels, all right, and show them how to run these kind of sandbox adventures.
Yeah.
But that requires people who work there to know how to fucking do it themselves, right? Don't outsource shit. Bring an in-house crew. And tell Wizards of the Coast that, listen, this is going to be a rebuilding half a decade, and you're not going to get your quadrillion dollars, all right? But you have to keep the hobby alive in order to grow the brand later. If you destroy the hobby and ignore the hobby, you will never have a brand again, or you're going to have his old T-shirts with pictures of old shit on it. That's it, okay?
Yeah.
That's number one. DMs, keep the hobby alive and use them to broaden your base. Love your DMs. Give them a reach around, because that's the only way you're going to fucking get new players out there, okay? Number two, I once did a word search on this book, Player's Handbook. All right, Paul with the reach around. Always with the fucking X card handy.
The big one.
I have to keep my eyes on you two.
Well, you know.
I didn't even say anything this time.
I once did a word search on this book a long time ago in the early OSR days, right? And I look for the word hero or any derivation thereof. Hero, heroism, heroic, anything like that, right? The only time you saw the word fucking hero in this book was the fighter level. I think whatever, 7th or 8th level was called a hero. That's it.
Right.
This was not a heroic game, all right? We need to get away from the band of heroes is going to go into the keep on the Borderlands and save 3 fucking little pigs or 3 sheep or whatever the fuck they were. That's not heroic. I think you need to bring back this motherfucker. This is what you need to bring back. All right. We need the fucking Deathbringer here. All right. We need where the fuck this guy is. This is what we need to bring back.
That game's coming out.
Death dealer. That's something or other. We need death, motherfuckers. We need death. All right. We need a guy who looks like a badass of the Molly Hatchet fucking album cover brought back into this fucking game is what we need. All right. So you bring that back. Okay. Bring that back. Bring back Gritty. Bring back Swords and Sorcery. Bring back Fafnir and Grey Mauser and Conan and all that shit. All right. That's what you bring back, that vibe, bring back that feel, bring back. It goes with the Dark Sun art too, without the stupid fucking weapons that come out of 4th edition style. All right, that's dumb. That's dumb. Number 3, hire people in house who are truly creative, who respect the hobby, who respect what came before, and can lean upon it. Who don't want to destroy what came before, but who want to respect it and build upon it. And actually have talent, creativity, all right, and give them free reign, all right. Cut out the bullshit politics that you see in every corporate environment. Bring back a goddamn like the Mad Men creativity pit. You know, we're all sitting in a room just spitballing ideas and amazing things happen out of there. I know it's fiction, but you know my point. Bring back some level of a creative atmosphere, you know, where people are happy to go to work because they get to write D&D games. They love D&D. They get to play D&D all fucking night long with their peers, with their colleagues, right? Hey, let's play this thing. Who got 5 hours after work? I do. And they're fucking rolling dice all goddamn night. 5 hours turns into 3 a.m. You know what I mean? You got to go to work the next day at 6 a.m. That's what we need. We need that creative spirit, that vibe. We need that love of the game. We don't want corporate ladder climbers. We want people who actually love the fucking game. And if you can't hire those people, then sell yourself to Elon Musk and he will hire those people. Those are the 3 things. All right. So,
okay.
Because remember when they shit on Gary and Elon a couple of years ago says nobody shits on Gary Gygax. And then he tweets, I wonder what Wizards of the Coast would sell D&D for. And everyone's like, yes. So yeah. So that would be fucking great. And then put me in charge. There will be strippers and blow all over the fucking place. Let me tell you. But that's how you get creativity. That's how you get it, man. That's how you get it. I'm telling you. You got to lean into that shit. All right.
Back to the TSR.
Gary did it.
I'm not sure TSR had strippers and blow.
That's what I'm saying. Gary did. Look what Gary when he moved to California.
I'm not sure it was a corporate thing. I think that was his personal when he went out to California.
Listen, I'm sure there was a lot of shit on his credit card that got expensed away that nobody looked too hard at her, right? That's all I'm saying. All right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like Wizards, you were talking about teaching DMs, and unfortunately, all their primary, I've heard over and over again, is they're just trying to get money from players now. They're just, how do I monetize the
players?
Not how do I teach DMs? How do I get money out of the pockets of players?
Yeah, they don't respect the hobby, Tim. They don't respect the
hobby.
I know
they don't.
But without the hobby, the game dies. Without the hobby,
the only they respect it is if it makes them more money, and then it doesn't matter how much money they make, because they're going to want more the next time, and it doesn't matter if they make it; they're going to want more the next time. So it's it's a no-win situation, no matter.
Dude, when I was in sales in Manhattan, I was working in a big company in sales Manhattan years ago. I blew out the target. I was the salesman in the entire company. I was the best one. They sent me to Hawaii for a week, all expenses paid. I mean, I'm getting Mai Tais sent to the room. It was like a glorious fucking festival, right? And it was fantastic. And then next year, guess what? You did so well, Joe. We're gonna double your goal. I'm like, you fucking assholes. What? Yep. I blew out everything, knowing that this is like I shouldn't have done it, I guess, huh? I shouldn't have blown it out. And then I left. I went to a different division because fuck you. You can't keep that king going all the time. You got to recognize it's not about, all right, you need year over year, X% over whatever the fuck profit. That's not how it works, man. It's a hobby first and foremost. And they forgot that. They fucking forgot that.